Welcome to J&P Trading. I have a 1-minute scalping strategy that I tested 100 times and got some pretty good results. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video or go live. I live stream my futures trading every morning on YouTube and Twitch at 8:20 a.m. Central. Also, check out my Discord server where I'm in the live trading voice channel calling out my entries and exits in real time. The link to that is in the description down below. Now let's get into the strategy. Okay, so we're on the 1-minute time frame. First, we're going to change our candlesticks from the Japanese candlesticks to Heikinashi. So click up here, change it there. And the indicator we're going to be using, go to indicators, type in BJ. And it's going to be this second indicator, the TSI. And that's what we're going to be using. Now let's get into an example of a long entry. So you're going to be looking for long entries when this TSI indicator is blue. So what you're waiting for, once this turns blue, we're looking for a trend continuation. So you're going to wait for this top line to turn yellow for a little pullback. And then once it turns gray again, as long as this hasn't turned red at all and it's still blue, then you're going to take an entry when that turns gray at the close of that candle. And you're going to set a limit order, because if you do a market order, sometimes it's actually going to be way higher than what the close of this candle actually is. So you're going to set a limit order to the close of that candle. You're going to set your stop loss below the last red candle, and you're going to set the profit target to 1.5 times the risk. And as you can see, that one was hit. It did come back down and enter on our limit order, and then went up and hit our profit target. So now let's get into an example of a short. So for short entries, the TSI indicator has to be red, and you see a cross down here. So we're going to wait for a pullback, which we have down here. And then once this turns gray again, we're going to set our limit order to the close of that candle. And we're going to set our stop loss to the last green candle. We're not going to set it up above the swing high. It's just going to be that last green candle. And then we're going to set it to 1.5 times the risk. And that one was hit. You can also use this to get out of a trade before it hits your stop loss. Here's an example. So we had a short entry right here. Set the stop loss to this last green candle. 1.5 times the risk. It never came down to hit the profit target. And then we see a cross up here. Turned yellow and then turned gray again for a long entry. So we could have closed this one out still in a little bit of profit at the close of this candle right here. And then we could have switched that from short to long. Set the stop loss below the last red candle. 1.5 times the risk. And on that one, the take profit target was. So I'm going to test this 100 times, and I'll show you the results at the end of the video. So here are the results. We were on the 1-minute time frame. Risk to reward ratio was 1 to 1.5. Total number of wins was 58. Total number of losses was 42 for a win rate of 58%. The most wins in a row was 7. Most losses in a row was 4. And the time taken for the 100 trades was 6 days. The gain on the account, if you risk 1% per trade, was 45%. If you risk 2% per trade, the gain on the account was 90%. Okay, so we got this in the spreadsheet. It's at the top spot out of the 2 I've tested so far with a 90% gain on an account. It was tested on the 1-minute strategy. When I back tested this, I only took trades during the regular market hours. There were no trades taken during pre-market or after hours. And if a trade was still open at market close, then I closed out the trade whether it was in profit or not. and I'll update this with the next strategy that I test, and I'll keep them in order from best to worst. And leave a comment if you have a strategy you'd like me to test, and thanks for watching.